Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Veterans Day, even though it's past that, but every day is a Veterans Day. Wife and I, since we're both vets, went out to some different restaurants, got some free food, hung out, and yeah, it was a good time. Good time to reflect, talk about past experiences, whatnot. So yeah, always a good time. Different perspectives. But yeah, we didn't miss much as far as the market. Market's been blah. I think Monday was the only really strong day, and then it's been blah since then. Right? And those blah times, I mean, it's a good time to learn, hang out with family, whatever. So, one thing I would like to point out is I talked about it on Monday. I said we'd hit 462. We did hit 462. All right. It says 461. It's 462. Okay, that's what we hit. So, again, the algorithm's proving that they work in a predictive model, meaning it's not just day by day, but you can find out where prices are going, or a good estimate of where they're going weeks before it happens. So, I mean, I can't stress enough. I appreciate the support. You guys coming in, funneling through, getting to these algorithms. I appreciate that, but keep coming, so we can just get out of this stupid matrix that we're in right now with how finance or how day trading should be. No, we make our own rules. And I've built some very clever tools to do that for us. All right. SPY. Over 465.30. Maybe we'll see those lottos hit the 471 today. Right? We were closed yesterday, so I didn't expect any craziness yesterday. And today maybe we'll see something. If it breaks 460, that's when we get in some hot waters. We could go all the way down to 440 again. Okay, so keep that in note. If it stays above, though, this 465, then we might see 470s again in the lotto, maybe 471, 472. Okay, but we are getting overbought. Right, so it is getting a little weaker. We'll see what happens, though, because we know this is still retail, retail season, if you will. Brands pumping out as much as they can so they can make the little bit of last money through to the end of the budget cuts. So that's what I got for SPY. Disney hit the radar today. Now, Disney's still technically a sell, right? I mean, look, it's very when Nessie, right, and I'm talking about these algorithms right here. When Nessie does this situation where it renders down, right, and it creates a level like a bounce, like you see the level down here, and it bounces. That's great, right? That's what we like to see from Nessie. But sometimes not all the time frames are agreeing with this bounce. Okay, so I'm paying attention to that. This could be another resistance for Disney here, since it didn't bounce with it, right? Not the purple line did not render with the price. Okay, so 165.66 is the level that we're looking to get over for lottos, right? We don't even play it until it gets over that. And see, here's the thing about Nessie, the Nessie purple line. It's always reactive when price hits it, right? When the candles are going over that line, it's always reactive. It's always fast. So pay attention when it hits that 165. Okay, pay attention. Get your calls ready. If it can't hit it though, just wait. Right, it's probably going to consolidate some more. I haven't even checked the IV on this thing, but I'm sure it's an awful mess. I'm sure the spreads are real crappy. But when it comes to lottos, the spreads are always usually good because those contracts are expiring. All right, what else we got? Did I give levels on that? I give you level 165. It gets over that, play it. Under 158, it's gonna go lower. How much lower? I don't know. We can look real quick. I mean, it's a nasty drop. I'll be honest with you. It's a nasty drop. If it wants to go really low, it could go to 130. Okay, it's a nasty drop. I think we're going to roll back up. We're going to play this retail game still with the holidays and whatnot. So I don't see us going down to 130 at this point. All right, so 165 above that. Then maybe we can see the, 170s. So might be a good lotto. One of my users pointed out Roku. Roku's good. Roku's good with options too. You can play some longer out calls. Roku moves pretty fast, which is always good. Still showing a sell on the Nessie though. A little concerning about that. So we'll wait, right? We'll wait for a new line to render down. Now this line, see, sometimes the reason why the line's not rendering yet is because it would be interfering with its previous zone. Okay, so it usually wants to go above or below this previous line. So if it goes above the previous line, then that's a bullish move. If it goes below the previous line, that's a bear move, right? So we'll see what happens on the open. We're definitely keeping our eye on it. We know it's low. Could it go lower? It's possible. It's possible, but the IV looks good. So we will definitely pay attention to 465, or sorry, 265.80. If it gets below that, maybe that's going to be the level where they start pushing the price up. If it gets above this safer zone at 280, that's probably where we'll see more reaction for those lottos. 285 is another level you can watch for. So really, if this thing doesn't want to render a line, right? Let's just check. Let's just check the 1 minute real quick. I just want to see if there's a render at all. Sometimes I'll check these lower time frames to see if there's any render going on yet. That way I can just kind of build a little bit of support. Okay, nothing yet. You guys, you see I'm going on these really tiny time frames too. Okay, so a little tiny time frame right now. All right, so we have this little one right here. We got a couple levels, 270, 271. Those are levels we're watching for. Over 275. Again, that confirms this level up here at 276. That's kind of what we're looking at, guys. Maybe it hits 280. Maybe it goes up to 290. But over 274, that's when I would play calls for these lottos. All right, so Netflix. Netflix has been killing it. Absolutely killing it. Our calls we did are printing, so that's good. I checked in last night; they're still good. So for 655, even on this smaller time frame, that's enough for me to see. Under this 656 level right here, then we're gonna go back. Maybe we retest 642, but that's the level we gotta get above. 659 is what the level we gotta get above, guys. We get a bit above that, maybe we can hit the 681s. So it could be still in the call. I'm gonna definitely watch this. If it breaks below that, I'm gonna get out of this trade. So let me see how the 2 minute looks. If we're still hitting that buy. All right, yeah. So a little bit right here, a little turbulence at that 660, 659 zone. So if we can stay above that, we can still hold these calls. If not, then we're probably going to get out. All right. Facebook. Now some of these are just on my watch list. I haven't really, went through all of them yet. I'm trying to get Nessie ready to go for this new upgrade or new release. So if we stay above 328, we could play Facebook calls. I know they went up high before, but hey, maybe they can push it up again. So 334s, that's what I'd be looking for your lotto calls. If it breaks below that, the 327, then you don't want to play it yet. So my profit take will probably be 334 though. So what else I want to look at? Tesla. Do we want to look at Tesla? So this is what I was talking about earlier. I was in a voice chat. There was a guy in there. He was holding calls or holding long or short, sorry, and he was debating if he wanted to sell or not. what I told him though is sometimes you can do like a straddle or a cover call where you're basically buying a put, which you already had, but you also buy a call too, and that minimizes risk exposure. If you would have done that, you would have not lost so much money. And the call, it did bounce up, right? It absolutely did. So it dropped low down here at this level, right at the market open as I predicted. It bounced, right? So anybody in these shorts here got completely obliterated. They saw just that happiness right before the clouds came in, and boom, got wiped out, and then the longs took over. So now where do we see where do we see Tesla? 231 is a level it needs to hold above. We break to I'm sorry, our profit taking area could be 1100 again, is what I was trying to get at. So, these pullbacks are good though. Tesla's doing these pullbacks. That means it creates a higher ceiling for new evaluated price levels. And that's what we're looking for. That's all it is, guys. We're just looking at price discovery, right? So anytime that we, see that new render on the algorithms and whatnot with the bands and stuff, and they're showing these new levels, those are new evaluated price levels that we can take a look at. Okay. So the new evaluated price level we can take a look at are these 1300 calls. I would be looking closely, maybe into getting into some of those. I don't care about Elon Musk selling his shares. Of course, he's going to sell his shares, right? He's trying to get a little bit of a cushion off that tax payment. So that's expected. Now, to play the bear side, if you want, again, really under 10, I would say 1026. We start breaking 1026, we're going to go a lot lower. Like they said, 1031, 1026 around there. And then maybe let's not make it too extreme, but maybe we could, look at those. We'll finally be under the 900s or something. So I'm definitely paying attention what happens when we hit 1100. We get over 1100, that's a safer zone. That's a safer zone to actually get into longer calls, right? I think the IV might be a little better too. So something to watch, something to pay attention to. Is there anything else we want to take a look at? I know I'm jumping all over the place today. What about Amazon? How's Amazon look? I know you guys like to play lottos on Amazon. No, I mean, phew, they're still showing sells right now for Amazon. Maybe they'll show a buy. It has been selling since yesterday, so it's been selling longer than that. Yeah. Well, yesterday. No, past yesterday, the 9th. All right. So this thing been selling for a bit. So let's see if it's gonna get a bounce pretty soon. If the line renders below this 3455 line, and it goes below that, that's a lower low. That's always a bearish move. And then that's when we look at, levels back down here, this 3327, 3325 zone. Okay. So I watch for those zones. Now, if we could stay above this, even this level here, this 3457, I'm just looking at this previous level right here for now. Then we could probably get up into those 3,500 calls. So 3,500, 3,600 calls for Amazon if this thing is bullish. All right, a confirmation over this. Big confirmation, guys. Get this number, write it down. 3498. 3498 is you're gonna see a reaction on that price. I guarantee you. So if you see that reaction, get into those calls. All right. What else we got? Anything else? What finances? SQ? Anything good? I'm just doing these on the fly right now, guys, and I've said it a million times. You can do this on the fly. You can get your TAM real quick. Sometimes even before you have your first poo-poo break. You know what I mean? So Apple, I mean, whatever, right? Like innovate something. You know what I mean? They don't innovate nothing. Still showing a sell. Most of these are still showing sells. Boeing, like really was disappointing, guys. So I was playing this play right here. Luckily, I was able to exit, right? Unfortunately, I mean, that thing dropped so fast, it was hard to get a fill after that, So you really have to pay attention to, not just the algorithms, but common sense. Like, if this thing is like getting some levels where you are getting profit, it's not a bad idea to get some exits, right? But Nessie, all the lines, all the algorithms that we have will always provide that hindsight 2020 of where you could have exited out and why it dropped in the first place, right? So even in this chart here, if we go to this chart, you can see where it bounced up, right? And then it rejected off this deviation here, this variance, right, on these two spots. So it was no surprise. Plus, it was hitting the 226 level, so this was a really strong resistance, right? So it needs to break past that resistance again. So does that mean that Boeing's dead? No, it doesn't mean that Boeing's dead, right? It could push up again. If it does, it's going to be higher than the previous. Okay, so we're looking at those 328, 330 calls maybe as a lotto today. Again, I would like to see, if this is going to render down, but it hasn't yet. It might have on a smaller time frame, but we'll see. So 218.21 is the level we need to stay above for Boeing. If we stay above that, then we can play the 230s, 240s. And the thing is, right, 217 was a real stronghold for a long time. It took a while for Boeing to finally get over that 217, and now that it has got over 217, so we're creating these new levels, right? We're creating maybe 218 is a new support zone. So we need to stay above that. If we don't, then Boeing's just going to be trash anyways. So just pay attention to those levels and those 240 calls for today. Let's see, Baba, man. Now, you know what? That's enough tickers for you guys. Let's look at for the stocks. Let's look at crypto real quick. Guys, so crypto hit almost 70,000. It was really close, right? And there was an instant reaction to that. So they're not quite ready for that, for the 70,000, run, not yet. So we got to be patient when you're playing crypto, right? Which I said that the levels have already been obscene, right? This is a different animal. And a lot of analysts are probably feeling the same way when it comes to crypto. It's such a spectating beast where you don't even know what direction it's going to go. And when it does, it can be such a significant drop or a significant rush up. That's why it's so risky for investors. Definitely if you bought it at a really low price, it's not a big concern. And that's always the key. But if you're buying right now, you're losing your mind, right? So some key levels that we want to look at. We see there was a buy, right? They picked up the buy here at 62, right? 62.4. So I would say if we're over 65 again, maybe stronger support here at 64.5. So 64.5, 65,000. Then we can probably see the 70,000 by the weekend. All right. However, if we break this 63,062, then we go back down to 61, 59, 57. It doesn't look good after that, guys. So pay attention to those levels. If they really want to sell Bitcoin, 57,000 would be my entry. My new entry for a long, not a short. All right. All right, guys, that's all the time I have for this week. It was an interesting week, to say the less. We had some all-time highs happen with Bitcoin and SPY. So we'll see what happens next week as well as we get real closer to the holidays. I think next week is probably going to be the only busy week. And then after that, holidays and stuff is going to get a little slow here and there, whatnot. Maybe crypto will be big or busy, whatever. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You guys are not liking the videos. You're viewing them, but you're not liking them. It's not hard. You push the little thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you guys don't like what I'm saying or you think it's all full of crap, push the thumbs down. Doesn't matter. Algorithms count them both. Get signed up to the algorithms. You know, hit the website, hit the affiliate links on Royal server. Okay, get involved so you can learn some stuff this weekend. Right, this is a good time for me to teach this weekend. So if you guys are purchasing the algorithms this weekend, you guys are going to be ahead of the learning curve by Monday. All right, guys. I'll see you Monday on the YouTube, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do some classes this week. That's all I got. Peace.